Hello everybody, my name is Eduardo Ramirez and this is my idea presentation. So let's talk about IDEA. What is IDEA? Well, IDEA is an acronym for the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. It was originally known as the Education of Handicapped Children Act, which was passed in 1975, but in 1990 there were amendments made changing it to the name of the IDEA, and in 1997 again and in 2004. So that's where IDEA comes from. So it's basically a law that makes a free, appropriate public education available to children with disabilities. It governs how states and public agencies provide early intervention, special education, and related services. So, in order to receive these services, um, students have to be diagnosed with one of the following disabilities: attention deficit disorder, ADHD, or ADD, some type of emotional disorder, uh, cognitive challenges, autism, hearing impairments, visual impairments, speech or language impairments, or it can be a developmental delay, or it can manifest itself as a physical disability. Now, before eligibility begins, uh, a team is constructed. So this team could be consist of either parents, which is obviously one of the main people that are part of the team. It could be school psychologists. It could be regular education teachers, some sort of school representative. It could be the students' doctors, maybe anybody that can basically relate to the child, to the student, and give helpful information about what's going on with the students or the student condition. Okay, so the impact that IDEA has had on education. So it's had a very significant impact because now districts and schools are now required to make education accessible to all students, which in turn allows us teachers and educators to design and implement different adaptive strategies in the classroom with much more ease and much more support. This also encourages for schools to look for and encourage the use of assistive technologies in the classroom. So assistive technology, or AT, what has it revealed? Well, I mean, it's a new world of ideas. Hardware, software has basically advanced significantly between the 80s until now, and AT is really just taken off. Examples of these are things like switches, which are very popular for in the special education classroom when you have students with some sort of disability that may limit their movement or their communication. So this first one here is called a jelly beamer, and that can actually be used in the classroom to communicate to a teacher or to use it along with other hardware. Another example of this, of hardware that can be used with the switch, with the jelly beamer, is this InfoGrip mouse pad, which you can actually plug in the jelly beamer into. So for students that have limited movement, they're able to move the mouse, and you can adapt the switch to the mouse, and then they can click. They can do the right click, left clicks with that other technology. And then you can also have things like if your student has a wheelchair, an electric wheelchair, and they're able to and have a joystick of some sort, you can adapt that to allow them to control basically a computer just like anybody else would. So there's been great advances, and there's so much other things that are being developed and that are already in development or that have been developed that really has helped teachers in the classroom. So this is just a few examples of one type of hardware that has benefited teachers and students alike in the classroom. So that's the end of my presentation. Here are my references. Thank you for your time.